Welcome back to The Great Expanse by John Bat 426 here on YouTube. It's always a pleasure to come before you guys with these videos. As I said, it's almost like therapy. I get to speak unabated, a great word for The Great Expanse by John Bat 426, about things that I appreciate, things that I've always loved. Comic books, things related to comic books, live action series, cartoons, computer animated series, movies, comic books, of course. I love the comic book genre, all right? And we're going to dive right into today's article. And the website is Yahoo Entertainment. Yahoo with an exclamation point. And the article is by Maggie de la Paz. P-A-Z, Paz. Let me adjust the hat so the NFL logo's in the center. And it says, The Penguin set photos unveil first look at Colin Farrell's return. Interesting. So we are going full steam ahead with the Penguin series that's coming to HBO Max. I appreciated the Penguin in The Batman, Matt Reeves' The Batman. And we'll talk about the Penguin and my thoughts on the Penguin after we read the article, okay? As production begins on the Penguin, all right, the first behind-the-scenes photos from the New York City set of HBO Max's upcoming The Batman spinoff have arrived online, in parentheses, via Daily Mail UK. The Penguin set photos provide us with our first look at Colin Farrell's return as a titular villain who can be seen wearing a new suit in the character's signature color. And I will be posting these pictures in this article. One thing I like about it is that Penguin looks like a real person. He looks like a henchman. Obviously, he's been around the block a few times. Not in that manner. But, you know, he has distinctive scars on his face. I wonder if the one under his eye, well, under his eye technically, but across his cheek, is kind of like a harkening back to the Arkham series games, where it's like it's supposed to look like a monocle, but it's actually like, I think, the bottom of a beer bottle or something like that. That just got lodged there and he just left it there. All right. So maybe it has something to do with that. Okay. But I would never in a million years know that was Colin Farrell underneath all that makeup. Yeah, I really wouldn't. All right, joining Farrell are Encanto star Renzi Felice, Kristen Milioti, Michael Kelly, Shode Agdashlu, Deidre O'Connell, and Clancy Brown. It is also being rumored that Robert Pattinson might make an appearance as Bruce Wayne / Batman. Set in the world of the 2022's The Batman, the HBO Max series will focus on Oswald Cobblepot's past and show his rise to power in Gotham's seedy underbelly, rather than portray him as the established Kingpin. The character has a rich history of live-action appearances, as Danny DeVito famously played Penguin in Batman Returns, while Robin Lord Taylor portrayed him in Gotham, which was on Fox. Okay, I always thought it was funny that a DC series was on Fox. And right after Gotham went off, I would watch The Gifted, which was a Marvel property. So Fox, I loved Fox. You get DC and Marvel properties on Fox. Rest in peace, Fox. The limited drama will be based on the DC characters created by Bob Kane and Bill Finger. It is being written by Lauren LaFront, who's also set as the showrunner. All right. The first 2 episodes will be directed by Craig Zobel. The upcoming The Penguin series will be executive produced by the Batmans, Dylan Clark and Matt Reeves, Farrell, LaFront, Daniel Pipsky, Adam Casanand, and Rafi Crone. It is a joint project between 6th and Idaho, DC Entertainment, Dylan Clark Productions, and Warner Brothers Television. The Post, The Penguin set photos appeared. Okay, who cares about that? And that's it. All right. So let me get back to what I was going to say earlier about the Penguin and how he was portrayed in the Batman. I appreciated it because it's a realistic take, and Batman always works when there's realism with a little bit of fantasy, because you know where the Penguin is going. All right, this is the first time that you sort of see the rise of the Penguin. Now, as a comic book head that I am, I would love to see Pain and Prejudice play out in the series. What is Pain and Prejudice? It's sort of like the first in-depth look at the man, Oswald Cobblepot, and there's story there. There is story regarding the Penguin. I don't really want to give it away here, but a lot of times characters are just like plot devices and there's no story backing them up. You know what I mean? And I hope this doesn't come across as like blasphemous, but when you think about the original Star Wars trilogy, the Emperor has absolutely no story to him. When you think about the prequel trilogy, Senator Palpatine, Chancellor Palpatine, and the Emperor still have no story. They're just plot devices for the creation and the rise of Darth Vader. And the Emperor is one of my favorite Star Wars characters. But there's no story there. Now, of course, there are books written. You know, he sort of gives an offhand reference to Darth Plagueis, which may or may not have been him. You know what I mean? Like, the way it's told in the movie, it could have actually been a legend called Darth Plagueis the Wise. All right, but there's still no story to him at all in either trilogy. And even in the sequel trilogy, when he returns in The Rise of Skywalker, there's still no story. We have no idea how he came back. Now we have to venture outside of the movie. You already paid your money to watch the movies. But now you got to venture outside. You got to pay more money. Go to this source. Go to this series. Go to this pamphlet or whatever to find out behind the scenes when they could have told you in the movie. You had 9 movies to give a story to the Emperor, and they failed to do so. I said all that to say this. I like the fact that Penguin, Pain and Prejudice gives story to the Penguin. He's not just somebody that's just like terrorizing Gotham just for the fun of it. You get an in-depth look as to why he does what he does, how he does what he does. And I believe that this HBO Max series will be the best Penguin we see. Because there will be story. Batman Returns gave you a little bit of a story, but he was capping the whole time. You know, he's like, I wanted to find out who I was. Why I was discarded. Because I had a flipper instead of 5 tiny digits. I think this is going to be the best Penguin that we're going to see. And I cannot wait to see this. The way he was portrayed in The Batman was great. He was I don't want to say a lackey, because when it turned out like Carmine Falcone, and I don't want to spoil anything, but when it turns out who Carmine Falcone was, he immediately bucked up. He wasn't like, oh, master, you could never do this, or you did the right thing. He's like, what? And then at the end of the movie, in the Iceberg Lounge, I will say that, spoiler, he's looking out. He's like, I can run this town. And I like the way that scene transpired. There was no necessary dialogue for that. No dialogue was needed. As soon as you see him standing there, it's like, this is mine. And he's looking out over his would-be kingdom, which is Gotham City. I really appreciate the way he was done. Even the humor worked. It wasn't like dripping with like MCU cheesy laughter, but it was funny. Even the little nod to his little penguin walk. I think that's one of the Penguin's trucks carrying stolen goods back to the iceberg. Anyway, but yeah. And as I said, I will be posting these pictures in this video. And let me know what you think about the Penguin series. Let me know what you think about the Batman. If you totally thought that the Batman sucked, write a dissertation in the comments and let me know why. Please don't just say, that stuff sucked. Please explain yourself. Go into detail. As I said, write a dissertation if you need to. If you like the video, like it, share it, so the algorithm can recommend my videos for other people that are on YouTube that just surf. Maybe they can just, wipe out and land on the Great Expanse by John Bat 426. Right? But yeah, so as I said, I think this will be the best Penguin we'll get. David Brent, please let them know where their comments go. That's where they go. And I'll do my part. I hope you do your part so that the Great Expanse by John Bat 426 can expand. It's in the name.